The bitter taste of truth La Dolce Vita restaurant had been the silent witness to their love. It wasn't just a place, but a collection of memories. Their first date, the celebration of every anniversary, the night David first whispered, "I love you," to Elisa. He, a promising architect, and she, a graphic designer with an innate talent, were the couple envied by all. Their friends and family saw them as the ideal, the epitome of a seemingly unbreakable love. The marriage proposal came on their 5th anniversary at that very restaurant. David, kneeling by the table amidst the gentle hum of conversations, pulled out a small velvet box. The ring, a delicate silver piece with an emerald, shimmered under the soft lights. "Elisa, will you marry me?" he asked, his voice etched into her soul. Tears of joy streamed down her face as she nodded, sealing the pact with a kiss that promised everything. The air filled with discreet applause from nearby diners, witnesses to their vow. The following months were a whirlwind of preparations. Each visit to the bridal shop, every meeting with the florist, every menu tasting for the banquet was a moment of pure joy. In their shared apartment in the heart of the city, they spent hours deciding on invitation colors or the song list for their first dance. Laughter echoed within the walls, and Elisa felt her life finally taking the perfect shape she had always dreamed of. David seemed equally enthusiastic, always with a smile and eyes full of affection. But perfection was a fragile illusion. Cracks began to appear subtly. David, who once shared every detail of his day, became more reserved. Long hours at the office, unexpected work dinners, weekends stuck at the construction site. Elisa, caught in the euphoria of the wedding, attributed his absences to work stress. She tried to understand, to give him space, to be the supportive partner he needed. In her innocence, she ignored the signs. One rainy night, the crack became an abyss. David arrived at their apartment past midnight. The scent of rain and nicotine mingled with a sweet, unfamiliar perfume. His hair, usually impeccable, was disheveled, and on the collar of his white shirt, a vibrant crimson lipstick stain. Elisa saw it, and her breath caught in her throat. The emerald on her ring finger glimmered like an accusation. "What is that, David?" Her voice barely a whisper. He looked at her, his eyes eloquent with guilt and a despair that chilled her blood. The silence became deafening. There were no shouts, only a truth that became physical, palpable. In that instant, Elisa felt the world she had built with so much love crumble. David finally confessed, his voice choked, about an affair, a mistake, a confusion he swore meant nothing. But for Elisa, it meant everything. The apartment that had been their love nest turned into a battlefield of accusations and tears. David tried to justify it as a slip-up, a moment of weakness due to work pressure. Elisa couldn't hear him. Her heart was broken into 1,000 pieces, her mind unable to process that the person she trusted most had betrayed her in the most painful way. In the following days, the pain transformed into a dense fog that enveloped her. They canceled the wedding, and each call to annul vendors was a stab. The wedding dress, once a symbol of a bright future, now hung in her closet like a shroud. David left the apartment, quietly taking his belongings, leaving an immense void and an echo of broken promises. Elisa found herself alone, surrounded by the remnants of a shattered dream. Weeks later, Elisa sat at one of the tables in La Dolce Vita. She hadn't returned since that fateful night. She ordered a bitter coffee, matching the taste of her life. She observed the tables, the laughing couples, and felt a pang of melancholy. She remembered the first time David held her hand under the table, the sparkle in his eyes when he promised her a future. But now, all that remained was the echo of a broken promise and the painful certainty that love, even the strongest, could crumble in an instant. She knew the wound would heal, but the scar would always be there, a reminder of the day love was stained by infidelity and heartbreak became her new companion.